Right after the Trailblazers season ended, the NBA world, the social media world for that matter, started chattering, is that the end for Damian Lillard in a Trailblazers uniform? Then with the hiring of Chauncey Billups as their new head coach, even more rumors swirling. That was it for Dame Lillard, that Billups wasn't his first choice as a new head coach. So where could he go? Well, Lillard right now has the 11th most expensive contract in the NBA right now, 3 years left on it, meaning the soonest he could get out of Portland organically would be the summer of 2024. So where could he go? What teams can afford him? And what sort of value could the Blazers get in return? All right, let's welcome back our good friend Avery Johnson here. So you and I were talking, and I confirmed this with you. When the Blazers left in the first round at the hands of the Nuggets winning in 7, you said that was the last time we would see Damian Lillard in a Blazers uniform. So we're going to play a game here. We like it a lot. It's the Wheel of Dame. We're going to look at potential trade destinations. All right, so let's spin the wheel for the first one. All right, we got the Knicks. Avery, I feel like you would make a great game show host. Just saying, if you want a new career. But I happen to know Lillard to the Knicks is something you really like potentially.
Yeah, I really like this. This potentially a trade. And the first thing, let me just say, when you're trying to make a trade, it takes two to want to get married. You also have to look at when Lillard has such an expensive contract. Who has contracts that can match up to that or cap space? And I believe the Knicks have it. But when you look at what Portland would want in return, Emmanuel quickly, that would get them another young point guard in return, maybe another young stud like R.J. Barrett. I can't see them trading Julius Randle because Portland doesn't need another forward. But if you pair Lillard up with Julius Randle, if you can salvage not trading R.J. Barrett and retain him, and you can have Barrett, Randle, and Lillard, now you're one of the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference, and not one of the top 4 teams where they finished 4th last year. So you have a new coach, Tom Thibodeau, defensive-minded coach. You would have Derrick Rose backing Lillard up. So I really like this as a potential destination in Madison Square Garden with Damian Lillard really entertaining Spike Lee and all the Knicks fans.
Knicks fans would go, they were insane at the end of this season. I can only imagine next season. All right, producer Jack, spin the wheel again. The Philadelphia 76ers. Avery, you're already nodding. What do you think about him teaming up with Joel Embiid?
Oh, I would love this trade for Damian Lillard to be paired up with Joel Embiid, because now he becomes the best player on the team. He's 1A. He's Batman. Joel Embiid would be Robin. And I think that'll be good for Joel Embiid to have another guy that he can look up to, even though Damian is smaller in stature. So again, you have another contract with Ben Simmons. You can, throw maybe another younger player on the roster in this trade. But this will be good for Ben Simmons to give him a change of scenery, get him out to the Northwest in Portland. And then you give Damian Lillard an opportunity to join forces with Ben Simmons under the tutelage of Doc Rivers. And you can make an argument that this team would now be the best team in the Eastern Conference. You can tell with the Brooklyn Nets, they've injury prone. You don't know what's going to happen with them. Now all 3 of their top 3 guys have a long history with injuries. Now you're going to convert back to an 82-game schedule next year. But I really would pick the Philadelphia 76ers as my preseason pick to come out of the Eastern Conference if Lillard is wearing the Sixers jersey next year.
Big boost there from Avery Johnson. So far, you've won like 2 cars on The Price is Right. All right, let's keep spinning. Let's see what you're going to win next. I like the music. I was told that I can talk over the wheels spinning, but I really like it. All right, potentially to the Pelicans now, Avery Johnson. You're from New Orleans. You love it there. But how do you like Damian Lillard headed to the Pelicans?
Well, Amanda, you're right. You know, I love crawfish. I love gumbo. And then when you're creating gumbo, it's all about the seasoning. It's all about the roux. And if you mix Damian Lillard in this gumbo in New Orleans, I think this could taste really well. Because in a situation like this, you would pair him with Zion Williamson. You're arguably the most explosive player in the NBA. You can imagine the space that Zion's going to have when he's playing with a guy like Damian Lillard that has range when he passes half court. How much more opportunities he'll have. And the defenses won't shrink as much on him. But again, you know, or with the Pelicans, are they going to want a guy like Lonzo Ball, who's a restricted free agent, in return, or Eric Bledsoe to try to make those salaries match up? The Pelicans definitely will not trade Brandon Ingram, because that would defeat the whole purpose of trying to pair up Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Lillard. So if those three could potentially team up, then now the Pelicans move from a non-playoff team to potentially a team that can move in the top 4 or 5 in the Western Conference. And then they also have that draft pick, that first-round draft pick, that would be very attractive to the Portland Trail Blazers, since they'll be drafting in the lottery this year. So this is another destination that could be very intriguing, because this would be another potential team like the Phoenix Suns. I don't know if they can go from worst to first, but they can go from, you know, non-playoff team to top 4 seed in the Western Conference.
I'm really just now here for the gumbo analogies. I don't know how you did that, but it was beautiful. It came out of nowhere. All right, let's spin the wheel yet again. Let's see where he could go. Gumbo sounds great. I want it. Ooh, the Lakers. This is intriguing, Avery. Of course, they didn't get as far as they wanted, losing there in the first round of the playoffs. We got LeBron. We've got age concerns. We've got injury concerns. How much could he help this Lakers team?
Oh, he can help him out tremendously. You saw on yesterday or 2 days ago that Lillard and LeBron, they attended a WNBA game together. And I'm sure there was some little conversation and back and forth. And LeBron's one of the best recruiters in all of professional sports. But again, with a situation like this, you're probably going to need to get a third team involved, because I don't think the Lakers have enough on their roster that are not named LeBron James or Anthony Davis that Portland would want in return. I don't think they want Alex Caruso or Dennis Schroeder. They would want Anthony Davis. That's not going to happen. So this is a situation where you have to get a third team involved. But if you could pair Lillard, Anthony Davis, and LeBron together, then again, I think coming in the next season, they would be the team to be the favorites to dethrone now the Western Conference champions, the Phoenix Suns, especially if they could stay healthy. Lillard would do so much to take pressure off LeBron, and you can imagine him running a pick and roll with Anthony Davis, or if LeBron is running a pick and roll with Anthony Davis and Damian is spotted up, that would be an interesting conversation. And also a guy like Kyle Kuzma. Would he be included in the trade, or if he could survive the trade, if he's on that roster, that gives them even more depth.
Avery, recruiting for LeBron is, hi, I'm LeBron, you know me, come play with me. That's it. That's all you need to do. All right, let's spin the wheel one last time here, Producer Jack. Warriors. All right, Avery. I think this is really interesting, because we've been talking about the draft a lot, and you said, look, Warriors, no. Draft, fine, whatever. They need to win now, and you've said they need a veteran. So would this be a good piece for this team that's in win now mode?
This would be an unbelievable piece for this team, because you can only imagine two of the best shooters in all of basketball with that type of range and offensive firepower, Steph Curry and Damian Lillard matched up in the backcourt. And people say, well, you know, who's going to be the point guard or who's going to be the two guard? It really doesn't matter. If I can walk out every night with that backcourt, I'm taking my chances. And now you get a guy like Klay Thompson coming back from his injury. So that would be a big three, especially if Klay Thompson could stay healthy. we'll see if a guy like, some of their younger players, James Wiseman, would survive. If he's on the roster, then that would give them the shot blocking ability. Draymond Green handling the ball. I mean, that starting five of Draymond Green, Wiseman, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Lillard. Oh my goodness, that's pay-per-view type of television right there. I would pay to see that. I would pay a large sum to sit on the front row to watch those guys operate. They would be dangerous offensively. Sure, defensively, there could be some problems. But again, Draymond Green, defensively, Wiseman, Klay Thompson has always been one of the best defenders in the league. So if the Warriors could pull that off, in the Chase Center in San Francisco, they're going to be rowdy, loud, and proud.
But Avery, if you have all five of them, and we saw the draft picks there, but what would the Warriors then be giving up potentially?
Yeah, that's the big key. Probably when you look at, some of their role players or, it's hard because I know in a situation like that, Portland would probably want a Draymond Green or they're going to want a James Wiseman in that trade. So I just think it's a tough trade to make. But if you can make it and not give up some of those key pieces, I think that's going to be a key for the Warriors.
It'll be interesting. If anything, Damian Lillard, in your words, will be a little spice because you're all about the spice, adding to any of these teams. Avery Johnson, thanks so much. It is a big wait and see where Dame Lillard will go, if he goes anywhere. But of course, a team would be getting a gem there, taking a look at the leaders this past regular season points per game. Of course, there's Dame Lillard in third there, averaging almost 29 points per game. Just incredible. We'll keep you posted.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.